Oh, hello. How about some good news today? Yeah? I bet you weren't expecting that when you came to this channel. No. Well, I got some good post-Brexit news for the UK. Vavaboom. Brexit Britain's manufacturing sector leapfrogs France to become the 8th biggest in the world with a value of 218 million. Well, this article came out yesterday, it did. Yeah. And it goes on to say, UK's manufacturing output was 219 billion. Oh, okay. It just said 218. Okay, 219 billion in 2021. Okay. 2021. Ain't it 2023? Okay, I'll forgive him that. It takes a little bit of time to collate the figures and what have you, you know what it's like. It goes on to say that Britain's manufacturing sector has leapfrogged France to become the 8th biggest in the world. Our figures showed yesterday. It's probably all those arms we're selling Ukraine, maybe. Well, they tell us that trade body Make UK, said that the latest global data indicated that the country's manufacturing output was worth 218 billion in 2021. Didn't they just say 219? And before that they said 218. Oh my God, make your mind up. Well, I thought I'd go and have a look. And why did I think have a look? Why don't I just trust them? Well, I don't trust them because it's a daily file. Say no more. So I thought to myself, I'll go on to Make UK's website. That I did. There it is. Yeah, okay. And it has the figures here. Yeah, it says here that Make UK's annual analysis of the sector shines a light on the latest manufacturing facts and statistics with an annual output of 183 billion. Oh. The UK remains the 9th largest manufacturing nation in the world. But the Daily Mail just said the 8th. And so did Kimmy Badenoch. They're not lying. No, not them. Our analysis debunks multiple myths as well, including the misconception that manufacturing jobs are poorly paid. Thought Brexit was supposed to stop all the poorly paid jobs. Well, they reckon that the manufacturing wages in the UK are pretty much 12% higher than the whole economy. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, because us skilled people, we have value, you see, because we can make stuff. I think it's a good idea. So I thought, when was this anyway? Oh, it's a year later. It's facts in 2022. But the Daily Fail's using facts from 2021 according to... Oh, okay. I'm getting confused now. But let's say for argument's sake they were right. And it was, massively increased. And it's leapfrogged France, as they put it. So I thought I'd have another look about the general state of affairs. And it says here that... the UK's economy, it did, in June by 0.5%, 0.5%. But then it also says in July, it went down by 0.5%. So it negated itself. So we've still got zero growth. We've got no growth. Oh. Well, that could be seen in profit margins as well. Ain't no money to be made. You might have turnover, you might have the same GDP, but don't mean to say you're making the same amount of money. And also, if these figures regarding our manufacturing sectors anything to go by, and the fact that our exports are actually down, that means we're buying more stuff in the UK that we make. Some may argue that's a good thing. Less sea miles and stuff. But the fact of the matter is we're importing more stuff from further afield, from the CPTPP. We're getting pink onions from New Zealand and stuff like that. And pork and beef and undermining our farmers. So it's all about the profit margin. And when you got Lidl's, for instance, who just announced that they made a loss this year. Or last year, was it? And, this year. And last year they'd made profits of 41 million. And this year they're making losses of 76 million. And that's partly because the fact of the matter is their employees cannot afford to live and work at Lidl's. So Lidl said, OK, we're going to have to increase the wages then. And that bill cost them an extra £50 million. Don't forget also, companies like Lidl's, companies like Aldi and companies like Arla, they also, were giving bungs to the lorry drivers because they were losing lorry drivers post-Brexit. They had to bribe them to keep them on board. These are all additional costs, you see. The cost of importation, the cost of manufacture, the cost of, well, everything is just more expensive. Energy, for instance, yet they're trying to hold the prices down at the shelf. There ain't no profit. Their profit margin has been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And it's not just food. Housing, for instance, it's gone stale. There's no confidence. No consumer confidence. We're in a very bad way, we really are. Now, look here, for instance. Oh, Redrow. They're saying that they're seeing annual profits fall. And they're warning it's over the earnings of next year as well. They're not going to make any money. It's not just them. You know, all starts with property, remember? And then we got Gleason's. They're also saying their profits are crumbling. They've probably got to do. Maybe they've been building with concrete. Maybe. That's another one, isn't it? Oh my God! I think that industry must be going through the roof through remedials, and those who sell acro props are making an absolute fortune. They ain't got enough. They're going to go through the roof. They will. So it's not looking good. It really isn't looking good. Now, I know they say we're not technically in a recession, but in real terms we are. Have you got more money in your pocket to spend? No, you've got less. Everything's becoming more expensive. Unless you provide services for the government and you're friends with some Tory MP, then maybe you're raking it in. Or if your name's Michelle Moan, for instance. So, even if our manufacturing sector was up, we're making more money there, in the sense that its turnover, it's costing more money to produce the items, and labour prices have gone up. So we're no better off. You know, it's about profit and loss. It's just how it is, you know. And besides, what are we selling? Is it arms? You know, those exports are still going on. We can't export. Our exports to the EU have plummeted. So then we've got this internal economy going on. Well, we need foreign direct investment in the UK, so we've got influx of monies coming in. But no, we're just buying all the time. From abroad and further afield. Foodstuffs, for instance. We've got no food security in the UK. The government state has 60% food security. That's not true. That's a lie. They're not accounting for processed foods. And what do people eat these days? Processed foods. The whole thing's a flipping lie. We're just surrounded by lies, cheats, and misdirections. Misinformation. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Dave, what say you? Please leave it in the comments down below. But I just feel they're just trying to hoodwink us constantly, and it starts. Well, you could argue it starts with the government, but no, I'd say it starts with the media. It starts with people like Keith Rupert Murdoch. They get a glimmer of hope, and they'll stretch it out just stretch it into, well, unicorns and what have you. And don't forget, the companies like Lidl's, their profits are down, but their actual turnover is increased. They've got bigger turnover, they've got bigger share of the market. Last year it was, 7.1%. This year it's 7.6%. So the business is actually bigger. It's just the cost of everything has gone up. And it's the profit that matters. You see, without the profit, you don't get the dividend payouts. You look at dividend payouts, people start selling shares, and then the values of the companies go down. It's just how it is. You know, people get a bit skittish, a bit worried about stuff. So, yeah. You tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below before I waffle anymore. I've been told I keep my videos a little bit short. It's 9 minutes. Oh dear, I'm aiming for 5. I'm terrible, I am. You can't shut me up. Beat the old like button. Helps the channel, you know. And also, let's thank everybody for their support yesterday in reference to my video yesterday, because I was a bit on a downer, to be fair, and I do really appreciate the help. I really do. So, you know, it's not, you know, obviously there's coffees and stuff like that as well. It is really, really appreciated, that it is. Keeps us going. So hopefully we can turn the channel around. Anyway, thank you very much, and have a lovely day.